Yeah, what's that this thing? Okay. Hello, how are you? Ah.
Baba Bowie.
So, what'd you think of our movie?
Oh, so I can be perfectly honest with you?
Yeah, of course.
That was not very good. Like, not at all.
Today we're going to talk about a blessed piece of cinema. Yes, even more blessed than the upcoming Snyder Cut. This, of course, is the masterpiece Titanic 2. Now, before we get into the movie, I want to talk about the man and city behind it, Shane Van Dyke and the Asylum. Shane Van Dyke wrote, directed, and starred in this movie. He also is the mastermind behind such films as Six Guns, Transmorphers, Fall of Man, Arizona Summer, and the one I want to see the most, Paranormal Entity. Paranormal Entity is entry into a long series of films that are basically Paranormal Activity ripoffs. Letterboxd has them all related on the movie page, which only does for sequels and general film series, so we're taking their word for it. Personally, the one in the series I really want to see is 8213 Gacy House. Take a look at the trailer.
Oh, this is already creeping me out, man. I mean, if anything's gonna happen, it's gonna happen right here.
I don't want to be here anymore. I just want to go home!
I love these two comments calling it out for being fake as if they come as some kind of revelation. You may not have heard of the Asylum. They are a company that are rather infamous for knockoff and B-movies, most notably their Sharknado movies. Also must say I love how the Letterboxd pages for Sharknado 3 and Last Sharknado have the same banner image. The Asylum's other noted movies include the Paranormal Entity series, Atlantic Rim, Homeward starring Tom Green, Zombie Apocalypse, Abraham Lincoln vs. Zombies, Avengers Grimm, and a ton of shark movies. Like, so many shark movies. Look at all these shark movies. Anyway, on to the movie. We begin with a scene of a guy on a surfboard drowning after some ice causes a giant wave. Then we cut to some guys in a control room talking about something we don't know or care about. Then one of the guys gets on a CGI helicopter. Then it shows the Titanic 2 and people getting on it. Then these two of them talk about something we don't know or care about. And some guy lands on the boat in a helicopter, and I instantly thought it was the guy in the control room, but it wasn't. So it turns out one of the women dated this guy, and his name is Hayden. And the guy in the control room is revealed to be the other woman's father. Look, the bad CGI disaster stuff is coming, I promise. They get onto the boat, and it's so obvious that the interior stuff was shot in some kind of like hotel or office or something. After a bunch of scenes of people talking, random shots of the boat, or random shots of people that may be stock footage, the boat finally heads out to the sea, and the CGI helicopter comes into a halt in the sky like it's Spaceballs. Anyway, that guy arrives in the Arctic, where there are these researchers working there or something. This is where there are tons and tons of green screen. They have a boring conversation where they basically say that ice is falling or something like that. Then the girl with the dad starts talking to Hayden and acting like they're the ones who broke up. Maybe it was that way and I forgot. I really don't know. I don't have the energy to go back and look. So then the ice begins cracking and people fall, and then one of the researchers dies, and then the dad and the other woman fly away in the CGI helicopter. The girl starts preparing, and all the Titanic 2 passengers are put on the lower deck, but then, the ship got to the upper decks. Too bad, so sad. Some waves hit the ship, and they tilt the camera and they have the extras walk on the side and fall. And then it gets to a point where they don't even try and just have the camera shake while people run. Some boring stuff happens, and then the boat explodes, and they get trapped in an elevator and escape, and then the other girl dies in this awful scene.
Kelly!
Then more boring stuff happens, and then Hayden dies, then the main girl escapes, and the movie ends. So what was good about this movie? The answer is things I can barely remember. What was bad about this? The writing, the acting, the effects, the story, the characters, the shot composition, everything. Worst scene in the movie is when they find the other girl, Kelly, in the med bay with a bunch of stuff crushing her. And they kept playing this god-awful, stock-heavy, injured breathing sound effect, and the acting in it is so bad, and the breathing, it's one of the worst sound effects I've ever heard. It's like, and it's just that over and over and over. It's literal hell. The shots in the ship were way too dark, and a lot of the time I could barely see anything happening. I had to turn up my computer's brightness to max just to see what was happening. There's another scene where Hayden fails to save some guy trapped in a room, and he's really sad about it, but then they never mention it again. There's also a scene where when he's dying by drowning, and he should be dead, but his cheeks are still puffed out like he's taking breaths. Yeah, go on. And that concludes the review of Titanic 2. Don't watch it, it's a huge waste of time.